boy deal. That's what Stephen A. Smith's supposed to be getting when you're carrying the whole motherfucking network. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Then, I try to keep my contact with prisoners very limited. You go to prison. But there's a viral video going around where a prisoner is donkey fucking the prison guard. Prison guard happened to be a married woman who was a swinger, but also did OnlyFans on the side. And for whatever reason, she allowed a prisoner to pipe her out, no condom, no nothing, and she let the cellmate of the prisoner just record them both, right? One of them has reached out to me for a interview. And I'm like, yo, y'all trying to do an interview about this? Say less. Anyway, a lot of shit to talk about, and I guess we could add at the end, or maybe I'll move it up on the process. Let's move it up. Adam 22, much to my dismay, has interviewed Pop Smoke Killer. Yeah. I don't know if we should start with the obvious, which would be clearly the Not Like Us video, but yeah, I do want to talk about that too. You know, I watched some parts of that and the Adam thing, and I don't even want to put too much attention on it because I disagree with that type of thing. You know what I mean? You know, us here in the media, we got to take a little bit of accountability. Especially, let me tell you this, there's a lot of things that I did on the way coming up. You know, even certain, maybe even extremes I went, even with the war in Chirac. Like, I wasn't Akademiks now. I wasn't the guy in the position where you're on a handful of people who could shift any rap narrative. You're one of the biggest outlets. Now that I am, there's things it's about, okay, I could do this and just do it for the bag, and then it could be like, but you're already getting the bag. And you already are in the position to help control and mold how media affects this culture. Certain things you should be above, right? And again, you know, Adam's my peer, so I ain't really taught down on him. But, you know, I wonder if he knows the repercussions of what he's doing, right? When you interview Pop Smoke's Killer, you basically tell and signal to the entire whole clout chasing generation, if you murder someone, especially someone with a name, you have a platform. You murder, you rob, you do anything violent to, you have a platform and a safe haven to possibly get another type of clout or career. I think that's a dangerous precedent, very dangerous precedent. You get what I'm saying? Especially given the fact that what we do in media is predicated off covering these rappers' lives. You know what I mean? It's like, you kind of have to draw that line, right? You know what I mean? But nevertheless, you know, I watched it. I feel like I'm already jumping in the topic. I watched it and I seen Adam say a reason. He said, yo, well, if I ain't do it, somebody else was going to do it, and they were going to probably do a shittier version. I'm like, well, they're not your platform. You know what I mean? They're not your platform. Your platform is one of, you know, as we were talking about media big three, there's a lot of things I don't do now that I see other people do, but they're not me. You know what I mean? Well, they can do it. They're not me. Who cares? Right? Like, all right, cool. Get your little 20,000 views. But if I do it, it would be a thing. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you start to learn that power in a sense. You start to discern between what you would do. Nevertheless, I'm just not one that wants to be the moral high ground on anything. And I guess to add a little bit of pro on his side, we were interested in what the fuck happened. Like, if this was a robbery, what the fuck happened? Like, how did this get from y'all went to rob people and y'all killed one guy and dipped? And how did y'all get in there? Who gave the drop? Was it a hit? Did he fight back? Like, we did have questions, and we still do. So, you know, again, I'm a little torn about it because I could see that this individual is going to start a whole career off of whatever. And there's a lot of things that come up. People are like, yo, well, Pop Smoke rapped about killing people. Well, you mad at the guy who killed him? Why can't he get his shit off? Again, I'm just thinking about the bigger picture. When you start to platform, like, for example, do you think that if one of them motherfuckers who killed XXXTentacion wanted to call into my stream and break it down for me. Do you think I'd be fucking interested in that? You know what I mean? And also, I think it becomes slightly even more egregious when you realize, I think the nigga got paid for it. You know what I mean? So it's like, the nigga kills somebody in hip-hop, a beloved figure, then gets paid to tell the story on a hip-hop platform. Like, it basically telling any random bum-ass nigga, go rob, go shoot, go do anything to a rapper, and you will get a payday. Just bet you don't go to jail for too long, and you'll get a payday, guaranteed. Dangerous precedence. That's what I believe. Okay? Cool. Now, here's the thing, because we are on YouTube. If you watched on Twitch or Rumble, I played the Not Like Us video twice. I can't do it here. Okay? I know you guys have been used to like Kendrick being kind of liberal and letting people play their shit, but this is not a video. First of all, you can't play the song anymore without the stream getting clipped. So I can't play the stream. And actually, to be honest, I think I know what I'm going to do. I might have to go to one of these other channels that kind of chop it down, because so to avoid copyright, you got to really only place small pieces. Let me see. I don't know if this is
subliminal sneak disses aimed at Drake.
Here we go.
Guys, Kendrick Lamar just dropped one of the craziest music videos of all time with so many subliminal sneak disses aimed at Drake. And we're about to break them all down, but if you guys didn't know, Not Like Us is the record Kendrick just dropped a music video for. It is the #1 song in the country and absolutely put the nail in Drake's coffin, calling him a PDF file, a colonizer, and having the entire world chanting OVHO. And apparently there's a remix to the record on the way, so stay tuned for that as well. But he just dropped the music video for the record, and this was one of the most hyped up music videos of all time, immediately breaking the YouTube record for the most views for a video in a single hour with 1.3 million views in less than 60 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to also pause and give some commentary on it too. So, you know what's so interesting about, like, and again, I'm not going to be facetious. I'm not mad at anyone who is, and I'm not going to be, like, cynical, actually. I mean, when Kendrick drops music, he's the only nigga I've ever seen that the YouTube counter is actually accurate for the first few hours. It's always accurate. Like, usually, like, YouTube, once you're doing crazy amount of views, they pause it. And by the way, YouTube explained this years ago. I'm a YouTuber. I know this. If you drop any big video, they usually pause it at certain points and they validate streams. Kendrick's the only nigga when he drops it. Like, I was shocked that they even showed that it was 500,000 in, like, 20 minutes. I was like, what the fuck? Now, again, I'm not saying none of these streams are fake. No, like, bruh, this is the most anticipated video. What's the last video we cared about like this? So again, I'm not going along that angle at all. But I do see and notice, and who knows? Maybe he contacted. I'm pretty sure his team contacted YouTube before to say, hey, we're dropping this, and maybe they're probably, you know, allowing certain shit that they probably don't allow with every other video. But that's one thing I did notice. Regardless, the numbers, I am not no way, just to be clear, because niggas like to take me out of context, I'm in no way, shape, or form accusing Kendrick of having bots for the views that we're experiencing or seeing on this video. This is the most anticipated music video in years. I can't remember another video that was this anticipated. Like, when the video dropped, I got like 100 text messages. So I'm telling you, people wanted to see it. I'm telling you, everything led up to this. It made sense, right? So no problem with that.
Which already has DJ Akademiks questioning if Kendrick is paying for views. And there are so many little nuances riddled within this video.
Wait, I didn't see this video before I played it. Wait, I never questioned it. Yo, wait, I just literally said it just now. Wait, hold on. Is this nigga talking to me right now? Wait, hold on. What's going on? I didn't say he's paying for views for the video. The song, I'm telling you, there's proof that it was botted at first. Of course, like, overall, it's primarily organic streams. The music video, I have no knowledge of it being botted, and I don't think it's botted. Truth be told, like, it just is what it is. Biggest moment, biggest video.
That completely shut down any allegation Drake made towards Kendrick, while also cleverly sneak dissing Drake throughout the entire video, and ultimately showing Drake he is not like us. He is not in the same league as Kendrick. Now, the video was directed by Dave Free, which is Kendrick's business partner from day one, and Dave Free also makes an appearance within the music video. Now, why this is so substantial is because in Drake's diss tracks against Kendrick, he was claiming that Kendrick's fiance Whitney was having an affair with Dave Free, and that they actually have a child together, that the son of Kendrick is actually Dave Free's son. And Kendrick said the whole time, don't tell any lies about me and I won't tell truths about you. And this video quickly disproves this lie that Drake made, also quickly looking for the broccoli, high key, keep a horn on me. The video starts off with a snippet of a brand new song by Kendrick.
Yeah, so that there is a
ownership, the blueprint is by me, Mr.
I can't play much of it, as I said, but there's a new song that he's debuting here, and I'll tell you what I feel about this song. Number one, and for everybody, like I hate that I have to do this, but this is, listen, heavy is the head that wears the crown. You know what I mean? And it's okay. I understand, but I understand. Anytime I give Kendrick credit, they think I'm switching sides. Kendrick has not been my favorite artist ever in life, and he never will ever in life. That's just how it is. Drake's my favorite artist. However, I'm just not a liar. I can see, think, and I'm not here to try to pull a fast one on y'all because y'all could think as well. I would look crazy if I just denied reality. And I might have difference of opinions than you guys, but for the most part, I'm kind of going off like on an honest perspective. Now, let me just say this. And I guess I had to say that because I think some Drake fans want me to just be like, yo, they'll compare me to DJ Head. With all due respect, DJ Head is inside Kendrick's camp or whatever the fuck. He ain't me. Okay? He's not me. So, please don't compare me to oh my God, don't compare me to DJ Head. Okay? And as much as I do like Drake, I do have to give Kendrick credit as well. So first and foremost, two things I noticed off the rip. If Kendrick pops out, I don't know how his music release schedule is going to be. Hold on. Who the hell is that? Okay, sorry. All right. All right. Sorry. Okay, so two things I noticed off the rip, right? Two things. Basically, I think Kendrick stylistically might be taking up a new type of wave. And this particular wave that he's taken up is definitely 100%. It's kind of reminding me of 2017, a year that I thought he dominated. This kind of like, like he's rapping more up tempo than this normal, like, yeah, of course he's always lyrical, but it's kind of like meant for club shit. And if Kendrick kind of pops out on that, I do think that Kendrick might have this shit jumping if he releases. I don't know if he's dropping nothing. I think one is only supposed to assume that what the fuck is going, bro? Oh, yo, goons, y'all ain't shit. Yo, y'all probably think. All right, hold on. Oh my God. Yo, y'all probably think that what the hell? Yo, y'all probably think that like Drake is like forcing me to say shit, ain't y'all? Oh, Neon wants to get on stream. All right. Y'all said Drake texted me? Nah, brother. Yo. So, okay. Here's the point. When I heard this little intro track,
I was stargazing. Life goes on, honey, all my babies. Woke up looking for the broccoli. High key, keep a horn on me. That could my seat. IP ownership.
Hey, like Kendrick getting back on some high tempo, like, you know what I mean, kind of bop type of vibe. I think that's good for him. But this is the first time I'm really seeing Kendrick. Well, let me not say first time, but it feels like he's kind of definitely, especially off the Not Like Us track, he's leaning into the West Coast, which I think is amazing. Right? It's amazing. I think this is, you know, as much as I say, like, again, I'm giving my thoughts and I'm like predicting. I think he's just gonna dip, right? I think he's just gonna, after this, he's gonna dip. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But if he drops an album and consistently drops and he leans into the West Coast sound, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna have to sit here and salute that nigga, because that's what it means to bring your coast back. Now, for the people on the West Coast who claim y'all hot, most y'all ain't hot, all right? Like, yo, the West Coast be catching feels or everything. Which I mean we not hot. Nobody knows y'all. Relax, okay? I do think Kendrick has a opportunity to help platform the entire West if he leans into the sound that is traditionally West Coast. It takes a nigga like that to make that sound what people want, and then it'll have a trickle-down effect where people will go to other individuals and be like, oh, okay, we're checking for this, and we're checking for this, and we're checking for this. That's kind of how it goes. You get what I'm saying? So that was the first thing I noticed with this snippet, right? Okay. So, shit, my bad. Yeah. So that's the first thing I noticed. By the way, where is here? Where is here in LA? Like, everything in this video kind of has a meaning. I don't know what here is. But anyway.
I am reincarnated.
Anyway. and probably the lyrics have some type of meaning too. I am reincarnated. Anyway, let me let this guy play because he avoided copyright by having his video prepared and edited. So that's one of the reasons I'm playing his video. I think his name is Rapaholics.
Basically teasing that he has new music very soon on the way. In the snippet, he raps, reincarnated, I'm a stargazer, life goes on, I need all my babies, woke up looking for the broccoli, high key, keep a horn on me, that Kamazi, IP, the ownership, the blueprint is by me, Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet. Now, it's going to take some time to dissect these lyrics, but off the bat, when he says, IP, the ownership, the blueprint is by me, that's in direct reference to Drake's claims that Kendrick does not own the profits of his music, as he claimed on his diss track Push-Ups that Top Dog, the owner of the record label that Kendrick is signed to, basically takes 50% of the profits of Kendrick's music. Kendrick is saying that now he's a free agent with his own record label PG Lang, and so the ownership is completely by him, as well as the IP, the intellectual property. He also says, I get off at my feet, which is another reference to Drake's diss where he says, how are you big stepping with a size 7 men's on? Basically making fun of Kendrick for having small feet. Kendrick flips that here by basically saying, I get off and mop feet, which basically means he's sweeping Drake up off his feet. He's destroying him. He made the same reference in Euphoria where he said, Pusha T is Terrence Thornton and Kendrick is Terrence Crawford and he's whooping feet. Now, it's also important to know that even the release date of this music video was super calculated, as Kendrick released it on July 4th, which is America's Independence Day. He also did his pop-out legendary West Coast concert on Juneteenth. Juneteenth is the day that commemorates the day when the final 250,000 slaves left in America were officially declared their freedom. Now, these dates are crazy considering all of Kendrick's diss songs have been aimed at saying that Drake, a Canadian, is a colonizer of African-American culture and has no true identity of his own. Now, the video starts off with Kendrick in a room surrounded by a bunch of dancers from Los Angeles, with each one of them wearing red and blue flags tied together and shirts that had the colors red, blue, and white on them. Again, referencing the colors of the American national flag, and the blue and red rags signifying the unity that Kendrick is bringing to gang members within his city. The scene that follows that depicts Kendrick in a black room with dim white.
That's kind of good. The red, blue, and white shit.
Lights, which is an exact recreation of the second part of Drake's Family Matters music video, where he's driving to go have the van from the Good Kid, Mad City album cover smashed. In that scene, there's also a man wearing a black shiesty mask, which is the same look that Drake rocks in the Dark Lane demo tapes album cover. In the video, that man tries to jump at Kendrick and he quickly gets blasted away. Now, there's multiple cameos in this music video that play strong significance. One of the
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. This right here was diabolical, man. You know what? You know what Kendrick has proved to me over time? Kendrick has proved to me that I won't call it obsession on either part, Drake's or Kendrick, but he's paid attention to Drake as much as Drake has probably paid attention to him. Like, there's a lot of little nuggets in both of their disses that if it wasn't for these breakdowns and salute to the What's the Dirt and the guys like this, Rapaholics and everybody else, you would probably miss, because I think they directly get it, right? Like, even the whole that Buried Alive remix thing that was done by by the way, y'all can't hear my landscapers around. I think that's what's going on. There's a bunch of landscapers around. Is today Friday? That's when they do my fucking landscaping. Today's Friday, right? Yeah. Y'all can hear the fucking... Can y'all hear that? Y'all probably can. Fuck. Yeah, they're cutting my lawn and shit. All right. Anyway. Here's the point. I think Kendrick has he's really watched Drake over time. I don't think he's just doing research like in a couple weeks or in between like these rounds, like, oh, let me find some. I think he's watched and he's always said, that's fucking weird. That's fucking weird. That's weird. And I think Drake himself has always watched or listened to Kendrick and be like, oh, this nigga's talking to me. I think they've been having a conversation with each other very directly that really went over most people's heads. Now, there's certain lines that we always attributed like, oh, no, Kendrick's definitely talking to you here. When he's like, yo, when rappers sharing bars like the whatever bunk or whatever. Yeah, people are like, oh, that's clearly at whatever. But I think there's been way more nuanced bars that people are like, who is that to? And I think that's the interesting part.
Album cover. In the video, that man tries to jump at Kendrick. Which,
by the way, Dark Lane demos... I remember, do you remember Dark Lane demos, right? Drake puts on this, like, he has a shiesty on. Dark Lane demos. And I think the song with Fabio Foreign also comes off this tape where Drake is doing drill. So Drake is basically almost like, full gangster mode a bit, And also, it had Tootsie Slide on it, right? Is it the one that had Yeah, Demons. I remember, I love that song, Demons. So he has Demons with Fabio. He has Pain 1993 with Cardi. He has Tootsie Slides, right? And obviously Chicago Freestyle is one of them joints. And he has War. That's the one he's like, he's skiing and he's talking crazy, right? War Drake video. Like, y'all remember this one?
Axel.
Okay, no, I gotta play the official video. Here, yeah. Drake basically is at like the ski lodge, but he's pretty much talking gangster the whole time. So I do feel like there is it's more than just picking a random Drake album in the cover and throwing it as, the person walking up on Kendrick. I think he probably realized, oh, okay, maybe Drake is buying into this persona, like he's like this mob boss thug. So I think he specifically picks this kind of outfit and has this like image where the guy's trying to creep up on him, trying to do something to him, but gets pulled away. And I think he does this over the boogeyman part. Like, when he's rapping about it, he's like, yo, the boogeyman? Yeah. That's what he says.
Kendrick, and he quickly gets blasted away. Now, there's multiple cameos in this music video that play.
Let me confirm it. I think he says something.
You think the pay gon' let you hold it still deep? I can go now.
Hold on, let me find the part. Right here. Here it is.
Beat your hop out and show niggas certified boogie.
Yeah, certified boogeyman. And right when that happens, the guy who's supposed to represent Drake gets fucking blasted off. You get what I'm saying?
A strong significance. One of the most significant is the appearance by DeRozan, who's an NBA basketball player who was once on the Toronto Raptors and got traded for Kawhi Leonard. He's an LA native, and Kendrick actually rapped on the Not Like Us record saying, "I'm glad DeRozan came home, you guys didn't deserve him either." Again, every scene in this video is super calculated. This is followed up by Kendrick in a scene that looks to be a prison, where he's just doing push-ups. This is in reference to Drake's diss record, Push-Ups, where he raps, "Top told you drop and give me 50 like some push-ups." Now, this diss was in reference to the viral video of Kendrick in a backyard doing push-ups to some old school R&B music. And Drake is saying Top Dog, the owner of the record label that Kendrick is signed to, is telling Kendrick to drop and give him 50 like push-ups, meaning that Top Dog is telling Kendrick to give him 50% of the profits of his music, similar to how someone...
Yeah, but I don't know if he's gonna say it, so I don't want to. I know I'm playing this video. I don't want to jump ahead of what he's saying, but
record Push-Ups,
if you kind of look, I mean, right here.
They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand me down.
Yeah, yo, he's pretty much kind of doing like a form of burpees. You know what I mean? Which is what usually people do to kind of stay fit while they're locked up and incarcerated. And it's almost like a hood exercise, but it also showcases a lot of discipline, right? You know what I mean? Especially if you've watched Kendrick over the years do this, very perfect form, it just kind of exudes the idea of discipline and, you know, staying on code type of thing. So I do think he particularly uses this to kind of showcases a little bit difference with him and Kendrick, Drake as well.
And party at the party playing with his no.
Yeah. So he's doing that.
He raps, "Top told you drop and give me 50 like some push-ups." Now, this diss was in reference to the viral video of Kendrick in a backyard doing push-ups to some old school R&B music.
Yo, who said that to my act? You don't know nothing about working out. Man. Man, stop playing, man. Yo, y'all ain't shit.
And Drake is saying Top Dog, the owner of the record label that Kendrick is signed to, is telling Kendrick to drop and give him 50 like push-ups, meaning that Top Dog is telling Kendrick to give him 50% of the profits of his music, similar to how someone would tell you to drop and give him 50 like you're doing push-ups. So Kendrick is just absolutely trolling Drake to the highest degree.
Man, why y'all trolling me? Bob Third told my act. What the fuck you know about form? What you mean? You don't think I got perfect form? Yo, I guarantee I could do more push-ups than about 95% of everybody in here. That's facts. And we got 17,000 just on YouTube. I'm banging out more push-ups than y'all, man. So my nigga said, look at your belly. First I'm losing weight, nigga. I didn't say he's doing burpees. I said it by how he's doing it looks like a variation. Like if he's just doing push-ups, he wouldn't be getting up. When you're doing burpees, you get up. You get what I'm saying?
Throughout this entire video, he proceeds to beat up an owl pinata, and on the screen there's a disclaimer saying no.
Now, I'm guessing he skipped over this. This scene was like very interesting. This little part right here. Look.
Now and Baka got a win.
By the way, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like Kendrick looks almost robotic, but so composed. And again, I'm giving him credit. It looks really robotic. Like it's you could tell there's something that I'm gonna give Kendrick credit for. His demeanor since the Pop Out show has been one of I got it all figured out. Like it's a demeanor where I've seen him live. I've seen him before. I've just never seen this type of comfort, but also confidence. But it's not. It's not like arrogance. Also, another thing to keep it a bean. Yo, Kendrick with a shape up is a scary sight. That's what I've realized. If I see Kendrick like looking like he just came out of the barbershop, that's a problem. It's a problem. If Kendrick looked like, yo, he got a nice little edge up, they did the sideburns and the beard. Oh, no, I'm not fucking with him. We got to catch Scruffy. It's like the goddamn Shape Up gave him powers. Yo, you know when you get up out of that barber chair, you know when, like, first of all, the lowest a nigga could feel is when you sit down in that barber chair like, yo, God damn it, I'm ugly. And the barber do some magic. And you know when he go like this, and he flips off the thing off of you, and he sprays the shit, put all the fucking like alcohol around you, and you get up and you look in the mirror, and you, nigga, all of a sudden you start feeling like Elite Chopper. If I was a bad bitch, I'd fuck me too. Like, nigga, you start feeling all type of crazy. Nigga, you start feeling, yo, any bitch who turned you down, you start thinking, man, these hoes is tweaking. I'm keeping the bean. Anyway, right here.
They get your hand-me-downs and party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baka got a weird
like right here was so hilarious.
Case, why is he around? So the
right here when he closes his eyes.
Case, why is he around?
Nah, that was ill.
Certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Wow. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs and party at the party playing with his go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they in love,
right.
Just make sure you hide your little sister from.
Nah, that little sister part told me, yeah, you don't want to fuck with Kendrick. He a stalker. I think Kendrick watch even the stream. Now, people quickly on Twitter pointed out that Kendrick, even doing that little move, was making fun of a video with Drake. Let me see, Drake. Wait. I think I had found it before. Hold on. I'm about to find it for you. Basically, Drake has like this TikTok with like this little girl, and Drake in there like this, which I I completely forgot. But if Kendrick remembered that shit and put it in this video, he's a stalker. You want no parts with him, and I would suggest Drake don't even mention him again, because this thing is a fucking stalker. That nigga's a stalker to even do that. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Where's the video? I found it earlier. I found this shit earlier. Let me see. All right, no, let me just go on Google. Drake TikTok with little girl. Which by the way, like, Drake TikTok little girl. Oh my God, why am I even typing this in? He did like a little dance with like a little girl. It was completely harmless, but like now I be testing bitches. This is why you can't beef with a nigga like Kendrick. Now this nigga made it look like some weird shit. Drake dances in TikTok. It was a TikTok with a little girl. Where the fuck is it? Chad, how do I find it? Y'all tell me quickly. Oh, let me see. Drake. I'm gonna find it on Twitter. Twitter got it for show. For show. Here we go. Is it that? Hold on, I'm looking for it. One of y'all gonna probably find it before me. Go to Kendrick's Reddit. Man, that Reddit is toxic, nigga. I don't even want to go to that shit. Actually, I'd probably go there. Let me find it over there. Where is this shit? Okay. Where the fuck is it? Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna show you. This is when I'm saying, like, yo, I'll give Kendrick a little credit, man. The nigga's a little slick, man. It's a slick motherfucker. He's a slick motherfucker. Hold on. You said I'm scared to search Drake a little girl? Man, fuck y'all niggas. Did no one see it? I know. Oh, here it is. Ah, fuck. Right here, chat. Ah, look. This right here. Ah, no.
Make sure you hide your little sister.
Cut with my twin, we be vibing. Classy bitch, but they know I be.
Make sure you hide your little sister from him.
Look, see, Kendrick throws up the same shit. Nah, this nigga too slick, bro. Nah, man. Nah. What the fuck? Nah, bruh.
On him. Say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block.
Right at that time, Drake, I hear you like them young.
Like one. To any bitch that talk to him and they
And then he does this shit.
Love. Just make
Look. Oh no.
sure you hide your little.
How did Kendrick even see this fucking TikTok?
Cut with my twin, we be vibing. Classy bitch, but they know I be.
Make sure you hide your little sister from him.
Yo, when I saw this morning, I was Googling. I'm so mad. I'm so tight because this nigga Kendrick is so well researched. I'm so tight. I'm like, whose sister is this? Whose little sister is this motherfucker? No, this is back to the child. I'm just saying, whose sister is this? And I'm like, if this is somebody that's famous sister, I'm gonna be tight.
With my twin, we be vibing. Classy bitch, but they know I be.
I didn't even know there was a dance like this. What the fuck is this?
Make sure you hide your little sister from him. To any bitch that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him.
Cut with my
Fuck.
Little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs and party at the party.
My bad. All right, let's get back to the breakdown.
Like some push-ups. Now, this diss was in reference to the viral video of Kendrick in a backyard doing push-ups to some old school R&B music. And Drake is saying Top Dog, the owner of the record label that Kendrick is signed to, is telling Kendrick to drop and give him 50 like push-ups, meaning that Top Dog is telling Kendrick to give him 50% of the profits of his music, similar to how someone would tell you to drop and give him 50 like you're doing push-ups. So Kendrick is just absolutely trolling Drake to the highest degree throughout this entire video. He proceeds to beat up an owl pinata, and on the screen there's a disclaimer saying no OV hoes were harmed in the making of this. Now, this scene has several different meanings. Obviously, the pinata being an owl is in reference to the fact that Drake's OVO logo is an owl. It's also the fact that pinatas are famously known for being an activity at a kid's birthday party, and Kendrick throughout all of these disses is accusing Drake of being into younger women. And an owl is also a predator animal, meaning that it gets its food from other animals, and Kendrick again is calling Drake a predator throughout this entire record. So when Drake was asking Kendrick for quadruple entendres and lines that have like 4 different meanings, I don't think he was expecting Kendrick to not only come with diss records that had bars that had multiple meanings, but also music videos that had layers and layers of meanings to each scene. It's insane. Then when the famous A minor line plays throughout the video, Kendrick is depicted doing hopscotch, which is another kid's activity. Again, Kendrick is accusing Drake throughout this entire record of being into little kids and is shown in the video doing little kid activity.
Yo, chat, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I heard somebody say this before, and I might be at the point of agreeing. Yo, Drake might have to file a lawsuit, man. This is too fucking much. This nigga, like, bruv, he's figured out this little pedophile angle. And granted, I don't believe Drake's a pedophile at all. But the nigga is going so crazy with it, you might have to sue the nigga, man. You might have to sue this nigga, man. You might have to sue this nigga, bro. You gotta sue him or kill him. It's like one of them. So you don't want no violence, so let's just sue him.
series. What's also substantial here is on the Hopscotch, there were the letters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And on this record, Kendrick rapped, how many stocks do I really have in stock? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Meaning that Kendrick dropped 5 diss records against Drake, but he also had another 5 in the tuck waiting to release. So as that famous A minor line plays, Kendrick is doing Hopscotch all the way up to the number 10. Again, trolling Drake for the fact that he has 10 diss records to drop on Drake if Drake decides to re-engage within this beef. Other notable appearances include a scene with his entire record label, everyone from Absol, J-Rock, Punch, and Top Dog from TDE, showing you that these are all his day ones, and completely discrediting any claims that Drake made that his record label was exploiting him, or that he had splits with any of the guys that he was associated.
Now, I think they also missed something, right? Apparently, this is what I'm being told. Who the fuck is this? I hate when I go on people's pages. Niggas be having pouring all type of bullshit on their page, bro. Like, okay. Apparently, let me scroll down and find it. Supposedly, Kendrick was trying to like do a callback to this nigga with this scene. So this scene here, I mean, I can't really see anything on his shirt that would really bring it back to that. But supposedly him with the hat. So Kendrick with the white hat is kind of doing a callback to this viral video, which the video is this.
He's whack. He ain't dirty, he ain't ghetto, and he definitely ain't no kid. His hair, whack. His gear, whack. His jewelry, whack. His foot stance, whack. The way that he talks, whack. The way that he doesn't even like to smile, whack. Me, I'm tight as fuck. And he definitely can't escape transition. I've never seen a rock to fakie. I've never even seen a simple kick turn.
It's like the ultimate hater right here. And Kendrick did rap on Euphoria. I hate the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you sneak this. I hate everything about you, nigga. I just hate you. You see the thing with Kendrick, he's been so absent that it makes it feel like anything he does, even if it's by mistake, is intended and it seems genius, right? Is this intended? I don't know, but they've dug this video up, and now let me play it.
He's whack. He ain't dirty, he ain't ghetto, and he definitely ain't no kid. His hair, whack. His gear, whack. His jewelry, whack. His foot stance, whack. The way that he talks, whack. The way that he doesn't even like to smile, whack. Me, I'm tight as fuck. And he definitely can't escape transition. I've never seen a rock to fakie. I've never even seen a simple kick turn. He's whack.
Okay. Let's keep it going.
10. And on this record, Kendrick rapped, how many stocks do I really have in stock? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Meaning that Kendrick dropped 5 J-Rock in the tuck waiting to release. So as that famous A minor line plays, Kendrick is doing Hopscotch all the way up to the number 10. Again, trolling Drake for the fact that he has 10 diss records to drop on Drake if Drake decides to re-engage within this beef. Other notable appearances include a scene with his entire record label, everyone from Absol, J-Rock, Punch, and Top Dog from TDE, showing you that these are all his day ones, and completely discrediting any claims that Drake made that his record label was exploiting him, or that he had splits with any of the guys that he was associated with business-wise. Another scene shows Kendrick Lamar and Dave Free dancing in front of a bunch of shipping containers, and this could be alluding to the containers that are used to traffic humans, which is again in reference to the disses that Kendrick aimed at Drake, where even Drake said he knew that Kendrick would take the Jeffrey Epstein angle against him. Where, if you guys didn't know, Jeffrey Epstein is notorious for being one of the most disgusting human traffickers of all time. There's another scene in front of the Compton courthouse where Kendrick is singing with thousands of people behind him, showing that he most definitely gets more love in his own city than Drake gets. And one of the final, most scathing scenes within this video is when Kendrick is standing next to his fiance and 2 children, which...
Well, also, I don't know if he's skipping over this scene, but this scene was also very important too, where right in front of the courthouse, like this was a very telling thing. If you notice, I think this is Punch. I think this is Top Dog. There's Schoolboy Q, Absol. Like it kind of shows that the nigga's still locked in with TDE, and I do believe that if we look at the aim of the song Push-Ups, it was supposed to kind of put out there that there was some dissension between Top Dog and Kendrick. You know what I mean? And obviously when he responded with Euphoria, he's like, hey, Top Dog, yo, who the fuck they think they playing with? Extortion my middle name and blah, blah, blah. You know, he was kind of saying, and then we seen Top Dog clearly show up at the pop-out, sitting in the same section as his wife, Whitney. And now this is almost, these next two scenes are to send shit home at Drake to basically say, no, everybody who's fucked with me since day one still fuck with me. These are still my guys. They never extorted me. I never felt extorted. We ain't beefing. You can't turn them against me. Now, keep in mind, this is one of the tactics that I think Drake used marvelously because he was so... Well, I keep saying Meek is the special ed retard. I blame all this beef on Meek. If Meek wasn't that fucking stupid, Drake wouldn't have got that gassed. Like, it was so easy to beat Meek that I think Drake probably thought, nigga, everybody gonna get wiped out like this. Meek is a stupid... Yo, I'm telling you, my unborn semen is smarter than Meek Mill. Meek Mill is the dumbest thing on earth. It was not a problem. Like, so like, for example, I'll give it like how this, obviously didn't work in Kendrick, but it worked with Meek. Just look at just three Google searches, right? You could figure out that Meek and like his city had an issue. You know what Drake rapped on? He's like, yo, he's like, I'm something. I'm bumping AR app. I'm on the way to the studio bumping AR app. All of a sudden, AR app like, damn, I get a big shout out. Now, I'm definitely gonna rock with Drake right now. I'm gonna put some pressure on Meek. Now Meek is distracted. He's over here. Perfect. With Kendrick, if there was an issue with him and Top Dog, Drake saying that at Top Dog, maybe Top would have co-signed Drake like, yeah, niggas gonna leave. Like, but they all would like, no, we love Kendrick. That's our guy. So it didn't work. It just didn't work. Just honestly, it just didn't work. I'm playing the video. All right, okay. So after that one scene, right, and he shows the close-up, Schoolboy Q, man, tell us you on that Ozempic without telling us you on that Ozempic, bruh. I see you, bruh. Yo, you know what's so funny these days? Any celebrity that loses weight, niggas just say Ozempic. That's just... All right, so let me just click through this scene a bit. So after this, by the way, here's the thing too. The guy with the, I just had it. I don't know who these two guys are, and if somebody knows, please tell me. They were dancing throughout the whole thing. By the way, I'm guessing the dude that did this video didn't cover it, but DeRozan being in this video, very potent, right? Like clearly very potent. Because if you look back at, Drake, DeRozan, Drake used to show up to the Toronto Raptors game, and when DeRozan was playing there, they used to have look like a nice buddy relationship. When they won the championship, Drake even took a picture with DeRozan. By the way, also, there was a picture called Six Gods, right? And this was like Drake kind of welcoming these guys to the city, hoping that they were going to turn up and win for Toronto, put them on the map on a basketball level. He said Six Gods with Drake in the middle, DeRozan here, Lowry on the other side. You get what I'm saying? Which, by the way, who made this? Yo, stop playing. Somebody must have made this after they lost, because I think it took for Kawhi to get there for them to win, right? Anyway, yeah, there's a lot, now DeRozan's in Chicago, and I guess, they were supposedly cool, you know what I mean? So, we see a lot of Drake, DeRozan, they look like they were really buddy. Even afterwards, with him and being in Chicago, they seem pretty cool, right? And it's clear, obviously, I think we looked this up before. DeRozan, DeRozan is from Compton, California, right? And I think that's one of the most profound things that makes it very obvious to Drake and everybody else. Like, yo, Drake, we fuck with you. And I don't even think this is DeRozan saying, fuck you, Drake. But it's almost saying, I'm going to always rock with culture. And I think that's probably one of the things that, if we're looking why this kind of looks away right now, Kendrick started to represent what most of these guys live with and have grown up through, right? You know what I mean? Like, DeRozan would look like a goofy. I mean, obviously, he could have not been involved, right? Which would probably be the beneficial thing. Like, the game, I think he just didn't want to be involved, right? But he could have just not been involved. But if he was going to choose a side, no matter how much love Drake showed to him, if he went against Compton and went against, like, again, not like us, I keep saying it's a diss song, but it turned into a movement. If he went against that, he would look crazy to pretty much everybody who grew up with him, all his homeboys that really fuck with him. So it's kind of like, it's a statement piece. It's a statement piece when you see DeRozan, let me stop saying DeRozan because you might think I'm talking about the other DeRozan, Derrick Rose. I'm talking about DeRozan. Well, when you see DeRozan in the video, it's kind of saying like, yo, at the end of the day, we gonna rock with culture, bro. At the end of the day. You get what I'm saying? And by the way, also, updated views, 19 hours, 16 million. 175,000 or 176,000 comments, right? Cool. So you notice you see DeRozan here. I think that's a point, right? That's a point. Okay. And then you see him here again, right? I gotta just click through this. And the guys are dancing. Kendrick is like kind of dancing in his suit. And then he's just chilling. And then this is Day Free. So this is Day Free, who, again, we should all probably, again, the common theme here is Day Free. He's from Inglewood, California. What this battle has told us is like there's so much solidarity, and maybe it comes from gang culture on the West, where it's a lot about where you from, what you repping, where your family from. Like it's about location politics a lot. That like I ain't gonna lie, I was a little bit shocked when I seen Philly beefing with Philly. I'm like, oh shit. All right, everybody's just trying to get out of the. I get it. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm talking about back when, Drake kind of caused some dissension. I mean, shit. Yeah, anyway. But that doesn't seem to be the case when it comes to LA. That doesn't seem to be the case when it comes to Cali. Like, these motherfuckers just ain't gonna go against each other or ain't gonna turn on each other. And I think it's so much politics in the middle of everything. You won't have niggas, even if they have problems, they won't do it in front of the world. And, yeah, you see Day Free. Obviously, Day Free, again, when Drake said it, obviously, I think he was speculatively assuming. He was just like, yo, I'm just hearing that one of them kids might be Day Free. That's what he said. And I remember one time I had said that he was wrong, but he speculated. He didn't say it definitively. And I don't think he ever said it definitively. He speculated, right? Like, and I think he speculated, and the speculations were clearly proved wrong, right? Because I think he was like, yo, wait, why you ain't with Whitney? Why Whitney ain't? And then you see, now you're gonna see Whitney later, by the way. Anyway, so you see Day Free here. Looks like he's on a phone call, probably getting some business done or something like that. Hey, you got to give Kendrick a little bit of credit. He, instead of ever being on the defensive, he always stayed on the offensive and answered what the other offense was saying. So he never really got on defense. Because if you don't know who Day Free is, you think this is a random man. He never came out and be like, no, yo, here's me and Dave Free. We're cool. He never said that. So it's like, if you know, you know. And he's not dying to show you in the time frame that you would want it answered. He answers when he's back on offense, right? So you see Dave Free here.
Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Hey, devil is a lie.
You see them dapping up, and you know, it says devil a lie, whatever.
Here's 69.
Yeah, and you could tell even by this dap, like, you know when two homies are dapping it up. It's like, yo, how could niggas, like, that dap up was like, how could niggas even think we going against each other? Like, anybody, yo, look.
Plus 5, hey,
look,
devil is.
like, let's zoom in. You could tell, like, look at Dave Free's face, nigga. Like, what niggas talking about? You could tell. It's one of those. It's one of those. Like, man, come on, bro. So it is one of those. You know what I mean? All good. Cool. And then here we go.
A lie. Here's 69.
Okay, so now back to the scene. Got a dancing dudes there.
God, hey, freaky ass.
Okay, yeah, so that happened. Then it's gonna go to the scene where he shows pretty much TDE. By the way, I ain't gonna lie to you. Actually, I don't even know if I should get this joke off before niggas get mad at me. Yo, I remember, when I first came to America and I was trying to dress like the Americans, everybody was wearing like oversized white tees. Yo, you could go anywhere and find these oversized white, or usually white or black tees. Like, I don't even know where niggas buy this shit no more. Well, this is red. Like, where do you get like an oversized? Well, this is not too oversized, but where you get one of these days? Like, yo, fashion has changed so much. Like, nigga, I don't know where the fuck sells these no more. But when I first get an American, nigga, like, that was like the outfit, nigga. Very oversized. It was like a bed sheet. You tie a bed sheet around yourself and and go to school, my nigga, right? Fuck a fitted outfit. Anyway, so he shows TDE, and then it goes to this scene right here. And this is kind of like everybody's in the mix, whatever, cool. And then, he's dapping it up with Top Dog, you know what I mean? They're having a nice laugh, right? Then they're in front of the two Rolls Royce Cullinan. I gotta imagine this red Cullinan is Top Dog's. Everybody's
Not like us.
Yeah, he's. By the way, I'm wondering if there might be some significance in the outfits that Kendrick's wearing for each scene, but we'll figure it out later. Okay, cool. Then it goes back to the scene with the dancers.
Building railroads and trains, bear with me for
and
town folk.
The scene I'm trying to get to is the one, because honestly, I thought YG, and we're gonna get to the Whitney scene in a second. I thought YG and Roddy Ricch was gonna have a more profound presence in the video. You actually see them for about few seconds. It's not even a long time. Where is the scene at? I'm trying to see the scene. Yeah, it's a very short scene. You see, it showed TDE, then it goes here, then it goes here, then it goes here. It's not even it's not too much. Because I remember I watched it at first and I was like, where the fuck is YG at? And I think you see them, right here. Is it right here? Yeah, right here. So you got YG here. Actually, let me just go to it.
Hey.
And then you have Roddy Ricch here. Yeah, they're in the video, which it was made so much that they're going to be in the video. Obviously, them being in the video at all is a huge deal, but they're in the video for a very short time. Also, ironically, they're in the video for the part that's, there's certain parts that's just cool parts that, it could just be the not like us part, because I think they would have turned up if it was a not like us part. But this is for you to turn up in this part, you got to say OV ho. And I remember, when I was watching before we started the stream, I was saying, do they shout out OV ho? But, they're just kind of chilling, cooling. Here we go.
say OV
Now Mustard is singing the whole thing. Mustard don't give a fuck. That's his record. Mustard's like, thank you for the millions of dollars I'm finna get. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I think Mustard's like, yo, listen, I ain't got no problem with Drake, but shit, this 10 to 20 million dollars I'm about to get, fuck Drake. That's what he's on. Man, fuck Drake for that shit. You know what I mean? And in this scene, they kind of, they're just chilling there, but they're not turning up. I thought they were gonna get more screen time. For whatever reason, I thought both of them were gonna get more screen time. Oh, actually, never mind. Roddy Ricch do say OVO. You see that? Oh shit, he do. I think that's what I was watching before this shit started. Oh, Roddy Ricch do say.
Say OVO. Say
Yeah, nah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yo, this nigga Roddy Ricch definitely said, yo. From what I hear, YG is the most stylistic gangster he's the ASAP Rocky of gangsters, so I'm not gonna like question his clothing choices, but like sometimes I'll be looking at him like, yo, what the fuck is he wearing? So, but they say he's the ASAP Rocky of gangsters, so I'm not gonna like, I don't know how to dress, so I don't wanna, but anyway, you see Roddy Ricch like this, like kind of a little bit awkward, but he's like, OVO! You know what I mean? I guess him and Drake never working together again, right?
run for your life. Hey, run for your life. Say OVO. Say
Oh shit.
OVO.
Yo, it's like the interesting part about this, you're gonna see. So Roddy Ricch says OVO the first time, and then he looks over to YG to see what YG's doing, and YG just look like he's looking off, like he's looking in the near distant, looking for ops, and then he doesn't say OVO the second time. Look. OVO, right? And then the second time, because now he's looking at YG, who's right here. YG just kind of like, and the second time he don't say nothing.
OVO.
Then he just chills out the second time. It's all good. All right. Anyway, ooh, it's a little baddie right here. Who's this? All right, cool. Let's go back. So now we get the Whitney scene. Let's see what's popping here.
Hey, what Quavo said you can be from Northside. What Tooch?
Now, this is another part that, obviously this is so West Coast. I got to give Kendrick a lot of credit for this too. He never invoked anyone from any other precinct to pop up and be a part of this movement. He wanted to show, yo, I'm from the West. This is what I rep. This is where I care about. And these are the people I want in here. Keep in mind, on the pop-up, The Weeknd was there. If he really wanted to make it a thing, he could have had like another segment to say, yo, and remember, it's Kendrick and Friends. Yo, I got a few other homies who they not from California, but they want to get their shit off. If The Weeknd ran up there and sang something, oh my God, like that should be iconic. Ross is in the building. There's other people in the building. But he kept it to only LA, which this is why this part is important, because, when he says the part of, he ran to Atlanta just to get a check balance, and he mentions, you in the future when you need to get in the club or something like that. Imagine if Future was in the video. But, now I don't know if Future would do it. Maybe would. But you get to realize those absences of the names he's saying is more likely because he's keeping it West Coast. Like, he's keeping it so West Coast. So them niggas ain't from the West, so they ain't gonna be in the video. But imagine if Quavo was in the video. Obviously Quavo was, I think, at the white party yesterday with Drake anyway. But still, imagine if the people he mentioned, like Quavo and 2 Chainz and Future, were in the video. That would look crazy. But again, he kept it really West Coast. All right, let's play that part. Here we go.
When you need a few
Yeah, I think this was appropriate, just have like a little dancing thing.
dollars, no, you not a colleague, you a fucking colony.
By the way, yo, their rates for booking this, I know they probably perform at high schools, events, colleges. Their rates going up. Now, here's the Whitney scene. Now, here's the thing too that was interesting. You remember, so, and I can tell you this on the media side. So, this picture comes out a couple days ago, like maybe 2 days ago or so. Where's the picture at? The picture is, I forgot where it is. It might be on, let me see. Let me go to DJ where's that picture? There was 2 pictures that leaked, right? So this picture leaked, right? This picture's leaked. And then there was another picture where he was hitting the owl, and the picture was just it had a disclaimer saying there were no OV hoes, injured in the making of this video. And you know what I realized? What I'll definitely say I realized about that whole thing is like, I think 100% Kendrick's camp leaked it, because at first when it came out, and I know like, you know, the people who work with me and stuff like that, like we have the picture. Certain people were like, oh, we don't know if it should go up, this and third. And I was just like, well, this shit has a subtitle on it. Like, unless there's a subtitle I think that original, you might not know what I'm talking about. Let me see. Let me just Google it. Yeah, this was the video. This was the picture, right? It basically says no OV hoes were harmed during the making of the video. And when this came out, and the only reason I'm talking about this, I'm always intrigued by how artists put out information. Every artist have a way of leaking shit. They have a very subtle, slick way of leaking shit. And clearly this was a Kendrick leak. And, you know, shit, it worked, you know what I mean? But at first, I remember seeing it yesterday, and I was like, is this a leak or did someone hack the video? But no, it was definitely a leak. It was definitely a leak. So it worked. Okay, anyway, all right. We're back to the scene. Very, very iconic. Let me make this a little bit smaller for y'all. Again, I got to give Kendrick a little bit more credit in the sense of if someone I'm beefing with said that me and my wife, or not wife, but girlfriend, longtime girlfriend, we're not on the same page. I beat her ass. Whatever. She had a kid by my best friend and manager, Dave Free. I think impulsive academics would immediately talk to my girl and be like, yo, babe, they're using you against me. Just put out a fucking statement, please, quickly. Like, you got to clear this up. I can't say nothing. You got to clear this up because they think we don't fuck with each other. And Kendrick didn't do that, or Whitney didn't do that. Matter of fact, even I think Mother's Day came and passed where she didn't say shit. I think she was like, yo, happy Mother's Day to me. Which even fueled the assertions and some of the assumptions that, like, yo, maybe her and Kendrick ain't on the same terms. You know, Drake had rapped that they live on different coasts, and it was like, oh, maybe they're co-parenting. Right? Allegedly, they're engaged, and Drake had a line saying, "Hey, you're not gonna marry her, because we know the woman you like." Basically, saying that Kendrick, you know, is on some, and let me not say this other guy's name because he's married, and yeah, basically on his type of shit where he's married to a black woman, even though Whitney's half black, half white, just like Drake, ironically. But there is an athlete that is married to a black woman that allegedly only fucks white women when he cheats, which is like so ironic, right? Because it's like, why do you marry a black woman and then only fuck white women when you're cheated? You get what I'm saying? You might want to be with a white woman. Anyway, there's no names on that, and I won't confirm or deny who that's about. But that's what Drake kind of accused Kendrick of, basically saying that we know the woman that you like. You get what I'm saying? We know the woman that you like, saying that he likes white women, right? And obviously that was kind of fueled a little bit by Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, where he kind of, you know, talked about his infidelity and, you know, even talked about him messing with someone who wasn't white, who wasn't black, you know what I mean? So anyway, here's a scene that is, you know, pretty powerful if you ask me. Compton college education was paying off for Whitney right here, man. She was going crazy. You know what I mean? I don't know what type of walk they doing. Is that blood walking, crip walking? What walk is this? Essay walking? What is this? I don't know. Yo, LA's, I mean, West Coast is a whole different nation. I don't know what they're doing. Like, to me, all this shit looks alike. If you ask me what they're doing, they be dancing like the motherfucking. You ever see the Irish folks dancing and it's like high foot up? Like, I don't know what they're doing. Like, I guess they have some type of shit. Unless you throwing up gang signs with the dance, I don't know what this is. You ever seen the? You ever see the Irish people like dancing? Where's Uncle Vana? What? What's the name of that Irish dance shit that they be doing? The river dance? Yeah. I don't be knowing. And LA, don't get mad at me, nigga. Y'all dances do look a little goofy. Like, at least when niggas in New York doing, you know what I mean? Like, at least when they woo walking or whatever, that should be looking cool. When I see niggas in LA, they look mad or robot. I don't know. I'm like, what are they doing? But I'm not from LA, so I understand I'm not as cultural as y'all. It's fine. River dancing, Irish. Let's see. Let me see. This is how all that shit look to me. Yup. This is exactly what I see when I see them doing all that bullshit. This is what I see, bro. I don't see nothing else. Y'all better throw up a gang sign or something. I don't know what the fuck y'all doing. Yup. This is exactly how I'll be watching it. Like, I'll be watching niggas like, I'm like, okay, buddy. Anyway. I'm not hating. I'm just making a joke. It's cool. I thought this was fire no matter what. It was, yeah. It was fire no matter what, though. I would criticize Kendrick dancing, but I can't dance neither. I was going to say Kendrick dance like he got two left feet. He do this one move, man, the little hopscotch move. Okay, the little spin. I get it. Now, truth be told, it's bigger than their dance move. It's pretty much saying, yo, that nigga Drake don't know what the fuck going on. By the way, also, it's you know, I'm pretty sure this is not their house, clearly. Like, the nigga just bought a crib for $40 million. Definitely not their house. But they kind of go into a homely environment that looks like a modest living situation for Kendrick, his girlfriend, and their two kids. And it's kind of like, it's kind of laughing at Drake a bit. And if you don't think this is mocking Drake, it's not about the visual, or it's not only about the visual, it's about what's being said over the visual. What's being said over the visual is that it's God's plan. Like, he's literally laughing. This is a big enough dig at Drake as you could possibly think. What's the most popular line on God's plan? I only care about my mama and my bed. Right? Like, literally the epitome of emptiness and lack of a family or a nuclear family structure that goes along with rearing kids or anything like that. That's what that song's about. And you literally hear, hold on.
Colonizer. The family matter and the truth of the matter.
The family matter, the truth of the matter, and you're having a good old time. You see his son here, you see his daughter here.
It was God's plan to show y'all the liar.
It was God's plan to show you the liar. I mean, this is kind of genius a bit. You know, obviously people are going to read a little bit more into it, but yeah. She looked like she's having fun. And now, here's the thing, too. And this is why I always thought Drake and Kendrick kind of doing this Me Too shit with each other is stupid. Right? Like, again, number one, Drake's not a pedophile. Number one. Number two, I don't know if Drake beat up Whitney, but and this is where we kind of get off the beaten path a little bit and we kind of get out of PC zone. My nigga, if they did have some type of dust up, clearly they weathered the storm and clearly they don't give a fuck no more. So it's like, you know what I mean? Maybe there was some altercation with them. But that's not what they're living in now, and they're not beefing. It's clear. They're not beefing. She loves him. She loves their kids. He loves her. He loves their kids. That's kind of what matters. I think what, like, you know, and that's why, you know, I won't say necessarily on, well, both of their sides. They're trying to use this Me Too thing against each other, which works a lot, but it don't work when the woman is saying, no, I love my nigga. I'm over here dancing. Like, it's cool. So again, even if he beat her ass or not, it don't matter. I'm sorry to say, and I'm not saying I don't care if it happened. I'm just saying it don't matter, okay? Like, that's the reality. Don't matter. Like, she fucking dancing in the video, smiling, turning up at the fucking concert. I don't think she has Stockholm syndrome. I think she's having a great old time. I'm sorry to tell you, okay? Just got to be very honest, right? Anyway, see Kendrick in a corner over here. It looked like the son got cornrows. How old is the son? The son looks like he's probably old enough, right? How old is the son? You see the daughter here. Okay. Scene again.
Yeah, 69 God.
Okay. Let me get back to the this breakdown.
Completely human traffickers of all time. There's another scene in front of the Compton courthouse where Kendrick is singing with thousands of people behind him, showing that he most definitely gets more love in his own city than Drake gets. And one of the final, most scathing scenes within this video is when Kendrick is standing next to his fiance and 2 children, which completely shuts down any rumors that Drake made that Kendrick was having any sort of marital issues with his fiance. Drake claimed that Kendrick abused her, Drake claimed that they were no longer together, and he even claimed that the worst, that Kendrick's son was actually the son of his manager's Dave Free, that Kendrick's fiance Whitney was having an affair with Kendrick's manager. You can tell by seeing Kendrick and his son face to face that they are most definitely related, that child is definitely Kendrick's. I mean, just look at the ears. You could tell. And Whitney is dancing as Kendrick is rapping "Ovi Ho" and he a fan, showing that she's in on this, that there's no issues between them, and that everything Drake said was fabricated, was a lie, and that all of the distance he threw at Kendrick really had...
Now, I won't say fabricating a lie. I'm just saying it don't matter. Like, if somebody says, Kendrick, you beat your girl's ass, and maybe he beat her ass, but she's gotten over it, or if they've worked through whatever happened, maybe they had a turbulent period, and they both worked through it and they're together. You could say it and it's true, but in reality, don't fucking matter when they're still together. It don't matter, right? So again, I won't say it proved it not true. It proved that it don't matter. Whatever the fuck you said about his wife didn't matter, okay?
Had no substance to them. The most scathing scene of this entire video for Drake must be when Whitney is crip walking to the outro of the record. The last scene of the video is Kendrick staring at a cage with an animal inside of it. And at first glance...
Now, well, this looks like he's staring at the owl before it's caged, right? I think it would have been a slightly more profound if Kendrick, like maybe Kendrick literally would have put, because that was the inference they're trying to do. Kendrick is caging the owl. The owl represents Drake, means that, multiple things. Caging could be, y'all go get this nigga. I've been calling him a pedophile for the last 5 months. Go get him, lock him up, cage him. Or it could be, now that I've, seemingly won this battle, I have caged his career and kind of clipped his wings or boxed him in where he can't do some of the things he normally does, which I think that's a very poignant point that we're going to get into a little bit when we get to Drake's next moves. But it doesn't show, from this back view here, you don't see any cage, right? So it looks like the owl isn't in the cage. By the way, I was wondering what type of owl this is. There's a million different types of owl, but this owl, you're going to see when you see the owl in the cage, the owl kind of look a little pathetic, bro. Like, okay, so this is the owl before it goes in the cage, right? And then when you see it in the cage, I'm not going to lie, every time you see Drake use the owl looks so majestic. The owl just looks like it's towering over shit. They always say owls are smart. It always looks like it's like just chilling. This owl look fucking pathetic. You know what I mean? And that's a point. You know what I mean? This owl is look pathetic as a motherfucker. You get what I'm saying? This look like a hunchback owl. Like, never seen that before. A hunchback owl. Now, granted, I haven't seen that many owls, but still, you know what I mean? This owl don't look like the OVO owl that we normally see. And Drake has used owls in his music videos already. Let's look at it. OVO owl. He's used it. Let me see if we find some videos of Drake. oh man, not the logo in video. Like I've seen him use the owl in like video form. Like even this owl looks like dope. What other video has he used owls in? Okay, maybe y'all could tell me. Anyway, yeah, this owl though, you get to see. It looked quite like you're like, wait, that's how the owl look? Like, you know, because you're even if you only remember in the logo looked lit. You're like, wait, that's how the owl look? A little hunchback motherfucker with an ugly face and look like you can't do shit? I do think that is targeted, right? That is meant to be like that, right? Okay, cool. All right, let me play this explanation. Sorry.
Whitney is crip walking to the outro of the record. The last scene of the video is Kendrick staring at a cage with an animal inside of it. And at first glance, you can't tell if that animal is a rat or what it is. But eventually, as Kendrick steps away, you realize that it's an owl, which again is in reference to Drake, and the fact that an owl is a predator animal. Now, Drake fans or DJ Akademiks could say whatever they want. They could say that Kendrick is riding off the hype of this song and that Kendrick...
Why does things randomly measure me?
Fans only eat when he's dissing Drake and that he doesn't release any other music, but he's showing you otherwise. He's premiering new music within this video and showing you that this is
disingenuous. Cut it out. Stop the bullshit. The reality of it is this. Kendrick drops the least of any major artist. Kendrick is very absent. Like, cool. You could say he won the battle or whatever the case. We're just not going to rewrite history. Until he drops an album and he's more present, I don't give a fuck what y'all are saying. Right? And by the way, I don't think that he's using Drake, this battle with Drake, to like for nothing. I think he just don't like Drake. The guy's lit. Like, I'm not gonna act like he's not lit, but I'm not gonna act like he's a guy who's always present in music. He's not. That's my only point. He's not that present in music. He's Kawhi Leonard. He's still Kawhi Leonard. I hope he puts out an album. However, I do think, and by the way, him dragging this moment, he is, but he should. My nigga, if I get like one of the biggest songs up, it's probably the biggest song of the year. I'm sorry, I'm dragging that bitch too. Nigga, I would have released a screenshot every 4 days. Like, I'm surprised they released 2 screenshots like the day before it came out. I would have dragged the fuck out of this. So I'm not mad at him dragging it. And actually, me as a fan of Drake, I'm happy that the video's finally done, because now, you know, unless he's gonna drop another song at Drake or something like that, anything else now it will look like he's dragging it, even though if I'm him, I'm still dragging it. Nigga, I'm dragging it. Nigga, if I'm Kendrick, I'm not letting up off Drake, period. If I'm Kendrick. So I can't be mad at him doing it. The Drake fan in me is like, I want to get past this, because until this wave clears, it muddies the water for any Drake drop. We're going to talk about the Camila Cabello track, which, you know, I think he had a dope track in there, but there's something that's very different. And actually, I guess we could talk about it now, even though I want to finish his music video. I think, you know, no pun intended, Drake's wings slightly feel clipped, right? And it's like the stimulus package, the Drake stimulus package right now doesn't exist. So Drake going on Camila Cabello's track didn't do nothing. That's a fact. Didn't do nothing. I guess Drake on the Sexy Red record, yeah, that's cool. The Wagwan Delilah thing, that was play shit. But right now, if someone had a Drake verse, like it's we would have to see if it would do, like, there was a time where we knew if Drake's on your feature, you're out of here. Your top 10, that's your highest streaming track. And I'm pretty sure it probably was Camila Cabello's highest streaming track. By the way, if you don't know, he gave her 2 tracks, right? He gave her 2 tracks. And she's scheduled to only sell, she's on pace to sell 31,000. 31,000. You get what I mean? So it's like, again, from what we know about from what we know about the stimulus package of Drizzy, this isn't kind of and by the way, I'm looking at it right now. Hot Uptown has 7 million plays. Was the song with her and Lil Nas X out before? Was the song with her and Lil Nas X out before? Yeah, like Hot Uptown has 7 million plays. Ugly has 4 million plays. With all due respect, I don't even know how big Camila Cabello is, but it's Drake. You know what I mean? The stimulus package hits harder than that normally. So, and don't take me out of context. And for everybody who, there's certain type of media outlets that try to only post me if I'm criticizing Drake. Fuck you. Like, if I only say Drake is amazing, y'all say I'm biased. If I try to have a nuanced opinion, y'all only care if I criticize him. Right? Y'all never say, oh, yo, he's kind of being balanced here. No, it's just like, all right, oh, he ain't say nothing bad about Drake. He's biased. I actually have a nuanced opinion that is kind of like colored. Or they say you're switching sides. So here's the point I'm saying. I do believe that what Kendrick has done, I don't think it's hurt Drake, but it's hurt the aura of Drake. So right now, and obviously it doesn't help him that I do think he's making a wrong move by collabing with Camila Cabello right now. Like, this is not the moment for that. But still, a Drake stimmy hits harder, always. Come on, the Drake stimmy? Yo, a Drake stimmy always works, right? Like, let me show you what I'm talking about. So, right here. Is it this right here? Yeah. Let me just show you what I'm talking about, right? So, if we look at it, I'm guessing this must have been out for a long time. It has 90 million plays. I Love It with Playboi Carti. The next track that has the most streams is Lil Nas X. He Knows It, right? With 20 million. It had to be out before the album, I'm guessing. Then the next track is the one with Drake. It's Hot Uptown at 7 million. And then Ugly with 4 million. Now, I like this Ugly record. I think the Ugly record is moving. But here's the thing. Again, we pretty much went through the week. In a week, a Drake feature, only 4.5. I know I'm sounding like crazy entitled, because an artist giving you a feature or a song and you doing 4 million on Spotify, it's usually pretty good, but a Drake stimmy is something different. We always knew a Drake stimmy takes you to the top. A Drake stimmy will feed your family for 2 generations. A Drake stimmy is different. But I'm going to be honest with you, this did not hit like a Drake stimmy, which gave me a little bit cause to concern. I'm like, this ain't hitting like the regular Drake stimmy. That's the truth. And I do think that this song, Not Like Us, has probably, it's, at least for the records we've seen so far, that's probably also influenced why the stimmy hasn't hit like that. Now, some of y'all might be like, nah, nigga, it got nothing to do with that. Drake just ain't giving the hottest shit. I do think that one record with Camila Cabello was kind of hot. I do think it is hot. Anyway, going back to this, yeah, and really it's the imagery, right, of the owl being caged. I do believe that Kendrick has realized that he is, in his opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, trust me, I've talked to a lot of people in the industry, they feel that Drake is boxed. Now let me explain what that means. And you could say boxed as in caged. They feel that Drake is boxed not only in some of his actions, because now, he has to move a little bit different, you would hope, but also in his music. I'll tell you how they're saying, or how the sentiment is feeling. They're saying that, well, because Kendrick did a masterful job of laying out the blueprint of how Drake has normally succeeded, most likely, and he has so many enemies, which that's another conversation, which I didn't know that many people didn't like him. I mean, I feel like I keep saying this, but it's just like, oh shit. Every day I find out about somebody new, I'm like, oh my God. But it puts Drake in a box where it's for the first time. And by the way, I'm going to give Drake some advice too, because I think he has to ignore what the sentiment is and go against it. Drake is isolated now where for Drake to come back, number one, I think anything he does, and when I say the stimmy ain't hitting right now, I do think it's because it's Not Like Us, but you have to let that song die. The song will die, and I actually have a new date, September 1st. I think Drake should drop nothing, so I'm giving advice and commentary. I think Drake should drop nothing before September 1st. The music video is out, let it live for 2 months. Nothing till September 1st. What does that mean, though? You have to give up the summer. I think Drake should give the summer up. You don't want to drop a record that has to fight against this record. Because if you drop a record that has to compete against Not Like Us, in the sense of a cultural anthem, which I don't think you would do, or like a club banger, which you got to admit, Not Like Us is kind of like that. If you drop a record, they're going to compare it to 2 other records, which is Not Like Us and Like That, which is going to keep fueling those records. So just let it die. You just got to let it die. Let it go away. Once you let it go away, you pop back out on your wave. Right? Now, here's why the whole box cage analogy, from what I've even talked to a lot of people around, and ancillary and also in the industry, is they're like, yo, check this out. Right now, Drake can't do an Atlanta song. Like, Drake can't pop out with an Atlanta feature. What I mean, it's not that he can't, but also Atlanta ain't. Like, Atlanta is, as much as they're not as together as people think they are, right now ain't the moment that niggas is gonna be like, yo, Drake, let's go do it. You get what I'm saying? So the Atlanta thing is out of there. How Kendrick is set up, like even with the diss song, you ran to this, you ran to that, you ran to this. It's put Drake in almost a proverbial box or cage where necessarily his next hit, he's almost expected to do it by himself and also not feel like he's imitating or he's drawing influence from other regions. If you guys are understanding what I'm saying. Now, here's the problem with that. I think Drake has the greatest ear of all time in music. Like from you've heard reference tracks. Yeah, some of them shits, they sound all right, but some sounded terrible. And he turned them shits into hit. We know his beat selection is up there and up to par with someone like definitely like a Rick Ross or even like a French Montana. Both of those guys have really amazing ear for beats. Drake is really good. Not only do I think he's a phenomenal writer, I think he's good at also editing. So he'll hear something, kind of see the vision, and turn that into a hit. What he heard was kind of or shit, and he'll turn into amazing shit, right? Now, I say that to say they're putting pressure like, all right, well, to prove Kendrick wrong, you need to come with some shit that don't sound like you're trying to sound like you're from Atlanta. You ain't trying to sound like you're from any of these other inner city or big city African-American type hubs of culture because you're not from that. I think Drake should go against that. First of all, I think Drake, remember the advice I gave to Lil Baby? I'm giving to Drake. I think Drake should go on a feature run. I'm pretty sure niggas is still sending music to Drake. He probably knows, he has great ear. Hop on the next 2 to 3 songs. Right now, with all due respect, you need a Block Boy JB. Like, where's that guy at? The guy who he has that hot song, but he'll never get another. You get on his song and you flame it. You make it your own, but he dropped it. It kind of looked like you chilling back, just cooling in the winds. You need to wait. Again, this is a time thing. Now, this all changes if Kendrick drops an album or previews an album or drops a song that shows that he's doubling down, or actually at this point, tripling, quadrupling down on saying, you're fucking out of here. That changes things. But I think he needs to chill back. Chill back. Snipe a track from one of these niggas who, they ain't going nowhere. Body it. Nigga, fuck a 16. Do a 32. You get what I'm saying? Own the track. Let that go out. Let another one go out. And I don't think Drake should come with a solo song until after like 2 to 3 features. Don't release nothing for 2 months. Start hopping on features. Oh, shit. Damn. Oh, shit. Man, fuck that beef, man. Yo, trust me, I know we're prisoners of the moment. In 3 months, we're going to be like, fuck that beef. Trust me. Trust me, unless they still beefing. In 3 months, we'll be like, fuck that beef. 100%. So that's what I personally think he should do. But if this cage mentality exists, Drake will be saying, nah, I got to do it by myself. Nah, I think he needs to say, fuck Kendrick and fuck his motherfucking narratives he's trying to put out. No, nigga, you damn right. I'm going to run to Atlanta and link up with Honcho and jump on his next biggest hit and body it. You get what I'm saying? I'm sorry. It is what it is. So that's my synopsis of how I think it should go. Regardless, I do believe the symbolism that's associated with this video of caging the owl is almost Kendrick saying, yo, I'm protecting the community by, I'm protecting the community and all y'all women by now calling out his actions, right? You know what I mean? It's like the neighborhood watcher who just calls the cop like, well, I'm protecting the community by alerting y'all to this motherfucker's behavior. Right? I think it's also like, yo, I think we have caged him that all of the, in Euphoria, the first line, Kendrick says, his superpower has been neutralized. Which I think that's one of the aims and goals for Kendrick in this whole thing. How could I get Drake to come back down to the earthly, humanly perspective where now he gets judged just like that? Now, granted, the timing is amazing. It's very poignant and very dope when you say you kind of put him in a box where now it's like, yeah, are you going to run to Atlanta? Here's the thing. Half of the Atlanta niggas ain't really rocking with Drake right now. Future ain't rocking with him. A couple other niggas, they're just like, and that's kind of interesting. We're going to get to the white party and shit in a second, but let's kind of finish this thing right here.
Drake ever decides to step back into this beef. I also forgot to mention that DJ Must riding off the hype of this song and that Kendrick fans only eat when he's dissing Drake and that he doesn't release any other music, but he's showing you otherwise. He's premiering new music within this video and showing you that this is an entire troll against Drake. And by hopscotching to the numbers 1 to 10, he's showing you that he has many more diss tracks in stock in case Drake ever decides to step back into this beef. I also forgot to mention that DJ Mustard, the producer of the record, is seen in the video wearing a Toronto Blue Jays hat, which he claims was not an intentional diss at Drake because he got a bunch of different hats customized and he just happened to wear the Blue Jays hat on that day. But obviously, even if it wasn't intentional, Drake is from Toronto and the producer of this massive record wearing a Toronto Blue Jays hat in the video that's directly trolling you for 5 minutes straight just stings incredibly hard, whether it was intentional or not. So all in all, this was just an incredible performance by Kendrick. He put tons of rumors to rest, whether it was the fact that he was split up from his former peers and record label, whether it was the fact that his manager was having an affair with his wife, whether it was the fact that he was even with his wife still or not. He was uniting his city on America's Independence Day, showing that he has deep ties to his culture and his city and is doing his best to unify his people and bring peace and pride to them. He is also playing Drake's game as best as he could by trolling Drake with multiple subliminal disses throughout this entire video, creating memes that'll last forever and doing exactly what Drake should have done when he dropped back-to-back against Meek Mill. Like, imagine a back-to-back music video with a Nicki Minaj lookalike where Drake was just trolling Meek for an entire 3 minutes straight. Kendrick is playing the game right, putting all the rumors to rest and making this song even more important than it was. Not only being a victory lap for Kendrick throughout this entire beef, but also being a staple and a sense of pride for his entire community by unifying the West Coast, bringing this video back to his hometown and celebrating the essence of what the West Coast is known and loved for. So what do you think Drake's next move should be? Should he just ignore this? Let the hype of this song and this video die down and release something once everyone has kind of stopped talking about this and the dust is settled? Or should he re-engage in this beef and drop his own hit record that's also a diss record and play the same game that Kendrick is playing? I mean, again, Kendrick did say that he has 5 more records tucked in the stash, so I would love to see this beef reignite and see Kendrick actually dissing Drake again. It's very possible.
Nah. I think we're good off of this.
But with the small references he made on the sample at the beginning of this video, that he might be dissing Drake again on new music that he's about to release. And what do you think's next for Kendrick? Is he going to wait a while, let the hype of this ride out, and then drop an album? Or will he drop an album sooner than we think?
So the Not Like Us record dropped, and man, Kendrick did his thing. I will keep it a bean. Kendrick really did his thing. You feel me? Like no one should be surprised that the video dropped and it's doing good numbers. Like I understand the thing with bots and stuff, but here's my thoughts on bots. If this is so true, every label would be trying to do the same thing. Like, okay, I don't think 100% of the numbers are true, but 70 to 75% minimum are all real. And the rest you could, or maybe 80 to 85%. 70 to 85% are real. Then the rest you could say they're bots, but man, Kendrick really stepped up, bro. Like, honestly, Drake should not drop an album or anything this year. This year is gonna be Kendrick's year, but like, man, I'm not gonna say Drake's washed up, but it's not looking good for Drake right now. I don't even know what would be a good move for Drake. He posts himself wearing nail polish and stuff. You feel me? Drake does not have to rap anymore. Drake can literally go full on R&B, full on pop. Drake is a pop star. Like, he's much bigger than a rapper right now. Drake never has to rap again. He could switch his whole genre and still drop a few rap songs here and there, solo songs. He doesn't have to, so it doesn't really matter. But you feel me? Kendrick Lamar, I'll keep it a bean, bro. He won the beef. He won the beef. I'm Act's biggest stepper, all that, but I keep it a bean. Kendrick won the beef, but man, you win some, you lose some. And like Act said, it's Meek's fault for real, because Meek was so bad at the beef, it really gassed Drake's head up. And I mean, Drake lost to Pusha, and now he lost. I mean, hey, hey, bro, that's all I can say. Hey, Drake's still the GOAT though. Overall, they're not messing with him. But like, if you're saying rap only, numbers wise, I mean, if someone told me that Kendrick's number one right now after what he did to Drake, I'll give it to you, bro. Like, I won't sit there and argue with you. But overall, though, like, it's Drake. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Big Act News, and let me know your thoughts on everything.